Flow Wrestling with Gabby Weyrich, assistant at McKendree, and you're coaching the Illinois team here at the USA Wrestling Junior National Duels. How'd you get into coaching this team?
I actually just got asked. It was kind of last minute. It was last week. They were looking for, a female coach, and they couldn't find anyone. They tried some other Illinois girls that were, originally from Illinois, but no one was available, and so they reached out to me. Which is Gracie Kristoff on our team. Her mom is like the director, kind of. So she said, "Hey, do you think she'd mind if I'd reach out to her?" And Gracie was like, "No." So I'm glad they did, because it's fun. It's been awesome.
What do you want them to get out of this opportunity?
Mostly just experience. Win or lose, I think it's about like learning at these kind of tournaments, especially because it's young. And in the end, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, we want to win a national dual title, right? But a lot of it is just seeing these other girls, learning, and just having fun, enjoying it. I mean, we all know with COVID, it kind of got taken away from us for a year. So really just being here and enjoying it without masks, it's been great.
You came from Nebraska, where they didn't have opportunities like this.
Yeah.
How do we get more states to just buy into this and show how important women's wrestling is?
I think for the most part, it's getting there. It's hard because, a lot of states are growing and they might just not have a full team to come down here, or, they might be focusing on more of like the folk style stuff and things like that, which is great. But I think, just continuing to spread the word about the opportunities that are ahead in college, the opportunities for these young girls, even in the future with like Division I opening up. I think spreading those kind of things and just keeping the hope up that it is going somewhere, and that eventually it's going to be to the point where, we have the same opportunities. I definitely think that helps. And then just showing like coverage like this and just showing how fun it is. I love it. I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now than here and coaching. So
Do these girls build quite a bond while they're here?
yeah, they do. It's awesome because actually when I got to meet them and get in the van, that was the first time I knew none of them. So it's been awesome over 2 days. I feel like I've known them forever, right? And that's one of my favorite things, is like I get to build a connection with them. They get to build the connections with each other, which a lot of them, they might not even know very many girl wrestlers. They don't have like another female wrestler at their school. So when we all get together, it's fun because we all love the same thing. We can talk about wrestling forever. And we just goof around. So yeah, I definitely think over the week we're here, we get pretty close.
Do they share their experiences in wrestling with you while they're here?
They do, and the great thing is I've been on all ends of it. I've wrestled forever. I've wrestled since I was about 4 years old, but I haven't always been on top. I was on the losing end, which I actually think helps me as a coach, because I have a lot of like empathy or sympathy, whatever one it is, for them, and I can connect with them. I had a girl come up to me and is like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I get second at every tournament. And I'm like, hey, girl, me too. I've been there. I understand. And, like, talking them through that stuff and, telling them, like, it's going to be okay. Like, you just got to work hard. And I promise if you do that, like, at least you won't regret anything. At the end of the day, you're going to do everything you did. And hopefully in the end, it pays off.
I think you were part of McKendree's first recruiting class. Is
I
that right?
was,
Okay.
yeah.
What was the pitch? Because they're doing so great right now. How'd you believe in that program?
8 years ago, I knew I wanted to get out of Nebraska. Midland University is actually in my town, great school, but I knew I wanted to get away. I knew I had to do that for myself. So, I was kind of at loss. I didn't know where I was going to go. I hadn't had a lot of people reach out to me just because I wasn't known very well, I guess. Didn't do a lot of, this national stuff. And so one of the Midland coaches actually gave Sam my number. And was like, hey, she doesn't want to come here. She's good. You should look into her, she'll work hard, whatever. And so he reached out to me, and it's just something about him. I had seen him around. I seen his, fun, goofy attitude. And I could see that what he was doing, he really believed in and he loved. And thankfully, I took the chance. And it doesn't always work this way, but it worked. And, it's been fun. It's been a ride ever since. And it's awesome to see where we were at the beginning, which wasn't the best, and to see how he's built the program and grown it. And I have so much respect for him. And, I'm really thankful. Really, really thankful for that opportunity. So
how has it been built? Because you look at the lineup, it is stacked.
It is. It is exciting. Really at first, I think what he did is, he recruited good girls, of course. Like, we had a pretty good freshman team. We were young, right? And so really there's no leaders on the team. So he just had to make us tough, mentally and physically tough. He basically made us want to fight each other. every day. And that's kind of where it started. Andy drew the line of like, hey, I'm coach, you're going to respect me. I might be a little crazy, but this is what we're going to do. We bought in, or not right away, we didn't buy in, but he made it so that eventually we would buy in, and the program has over time become a machine. He always said that at the beginning, like, I want this program to be a machine where it kind of runs itself, right? Like, we're going to get to the point where the seniors, they know what's expected, and then everybody kind of just looks up to it. So I think that's kind of how it started, and then, we continue to get girls who just aren't only good people on the mat, or just good people. And that makes a difference. Like, there's no drama, there's none of that like catty stuff. It's mostly like, hey, we want to be the best, and we're going to work really, really hard to be that. And everybody has that mindset. And if you don't, you're kind of I wouldn't say outsider, but you kind of get pushed to the side, because it's like, we're there for a reason. Coaches and athletes all together, we're there for a reason. So
I know Sam kind of tries to downplay it, but you guys have won the last 2 National Collegiate Women's Championships. That's got to be pretty cool that you guys have that on your resume.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool. I think, he's very humble. Sam's a very humble guy. And, it is awesome, but we work hard for it. If people would see what we do every day in the room and what our girls go through in the room and in life and in school, it's awesome, but we try to, just like when we lose, we try to lose respectfully. We got to win respectfully too, because at any moment we can be beat. And that's the fun of wrestling. So yeah, definitely exciting though. It's cool.
He gives you a lot of credit, but have you had to calm him down at times to just temper his enthusiasm a little bit? A
little bit. I love that he brings that energy though. It makes it fun. You can see how much passion he has for it. But I think we're a good team. He can bring that, and he can be the crazy one, and I can be the one that's smiling over in the corner, kind of calming everything down a little bit. It's kind of like the bad cop, good cop kind of thing. So it works.
How does that dynamic work of a male coach and a female coach? Can you relate differently than he can to the wrestlers on the team?
Yeah, definitely. I think and because I've been through it, man, Sam was my coach, so it's like, I've been through everything they're going through, so I think a lot of times they look to me as like, hey, I'm going through this right now, what do you think? And I think that conversation a lot of times easier to have with me than, himself. And I think you need that on a team, because you need someone that can kind of emotionally and physically understand maybe what they're going through, because he's very sensitive, and he's really good as well to the girls, but just being a girl is completely different. We think differently, we act differently. So I think it helps, like, to have him there as the tough guy, but then when that emotional support's needed or something else, I can give that.
Gabby, thanks so much for this time.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.